Welcome to OnSight. You're tuned in with T Flow, Mr. Trap Bred, Carolina Royalty, Flow God. Pretty much whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me broke.
Tarell Flow, TK,
Yeah,
Trap Bred.
many names. Yes,
Good to have you here, bro.
Many
Good
names,
to have you in the hot seat
man. It's
on
a
site.
pleasure. It's a pleasure to finally get here. It's a pleasure to finally get here.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, so I guess I'm gonna go back to my beginning of where I was introduced to you, and that's the music. So we talking early 2000s, around 2010, 2011. You were working with, let me see. It was oh my gosh, come on, King Dave. Why am I having a brain fart right now? What is it? Built from nothing. Built from nothing.
That's almost 11 years, absolutely.
That is built from nothing. Built from nothing. You was doing some work with them, and then I think you started collaborating with Coleon and BDB Studios at one point. Jonathan Blaze at that time. Now Yehonathan Kenta.
I actually around that time we started doing Spotlight Entertainment, and we also was building with YG at the time. Every dollar counts.
Rest in peace, YG. Every dollar,
man. Rest in peace to that brother and his movement. Every dollar counts. We was really just getting introduced to all of everything that was going on in Sanford at the time. So all those names you just said and more, and of course, we were still pushing S Squad.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to S Squad and the whole movement. Echo, Playboy Slim, all the cats over. Yeah.
Absolutely. So the music is definitely historical.
So you definitely got roots in the area. So are you originally from Sanford?
Actually, no. I actually moved to Sanford when I was about 11 years old. From Raleigh, North Carolina originally.
Okay.
I was born in Duke, but I was raised in Raleigh pretty much until I was about 11 or 12. And my whole family ended up in Sanford. So at 12 up until now, I'm from Sanford. You know what I mean? That's what I know.
Got you.
Lee County.
Lee County. Okay. So as far as the music wise, to me, you've always been, let me see, how do I want to put this? I want to make sure I put this politically correct. It's some cats that caught on to the waves and the gimmicks. It was some cats that held true to lyricism and hip hop. Being an MC, I feel like you were one of those true MCs. So talk a little bit about that. Why does your music come across the way that it does? Why do you not necessarily tap into the gimmicks, but you want people to really dig into the words and your subject matter in your records?
That's a very interesting and deep question to actually think about. I think ultimately it just came from wanting to be authentic. It came from my real experiences in life and wanting to express and get that come across in a way to where I wasn't glorifying our lives and the struggle and the hustles and all of that, but also still being able to talk about it. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to speak my life story in a way to where it's second or third person.
Right.
And I'm not kind of putting it out there. So it's like, you got to be creative when you're doing that. And at a young age, I started to study other people I felt like who were doing that felt more authentic as opposed to just being a rapper. Everybody's a rapper. And what I came across, of course, were those greats seem to be more lyricists, seem to be more thought-provoking, seem to be more studied. And that's something else that I started to kind of, fashion myself after.
Right. So name some of those greats that, you kind of help or let inspire you as you came up. So who influenced your musical style?
I definitely have to say, first off, would have to be Tupac. You know what I mean? Just even with his revolutionary lifestyle and just being authentic in front of, behind the cameras, whatever it may be, even if it did come off, however it came off.
Right.
Jay-Z with his street to business transitions.
Okay.
Even though I said his name first, of course, Nas, I think what I would have. I honestly would put Nas in front of Jay-Z when it came to the top 5. because in my opinion, Nas was more of a lyricist as opposed to a rapper. But I appreciate Jay-Z as a businessman. He definitely inspires my mind to say it's more to just the music aspect, it's business behind it. But those three, I would say. Another one, Big L. People like that. Some of the forgotten ones.
Yeah, people forget about Big L.
Yeah, he definitely inspired me a lot. And shit, I feel like those some greats in itself. We ain't gonna leave out Biggie. Of course, I'm inspired by his wordplay and his style and things of that nature. But yeah, I might be a little iffy about putting this guy in my greats, but T.I. is also another guy that inspired me.
Why? I finna say, why do you say you iffy about putting him in your greats?
Because a lot of people probably wouldn't put him in the great category, but he's definitely a legend in my opinion.
No, I think it would come down to like what area of hip hop did people favor? And when I say area, talking about like you named a lot of people from New York, but we know you had a lot of greats from the South, and then you had a whole movement in California, the West Coast, and then you had
so even with that, another Southern rapper, Andre 3000, of course.
Absolutely.
With his lyrical,
that's my number one.
Absolutely. With his lyrical ability, just go in all different types of pockets. As I gotten older, that definitely inspired me with Outkast, Big Boy, and things of that nature. But I say T.I. for one, trap music.
Right.
When his album of trap music came out, it probably just took over my life.
Is T.I. the originator of trap music?
I would say, yeah. In my opinion, according to how it's packaged with the word trap music.
He released that album. Was it the trap music? Yeah, trap music, yeah.
I think that was the name of his second album.
Yep.
Yeah. So, with that, he was probably like one of my latest
I would consider
inspirations. Yeah, and great now at this point. But when he really got into my life, I don't think he was considered a great back then, up against a Tupac. You know what I mean? But now I would say, yeah, he set himself out as a great.
For me, what I would say is I would look at like what those artists were able to do. So specifically a Tupac, he was more of a revolutionary, and the subject matter in his music made people think a lot more. With a Biggie, to me, Biggie was just the ultimate, or one of the ultimate lyricists at that time. The way he was an entertainer, the way his cadences came out, right? That's what makes people consider him to be one of those greats. T.I., when it comes to that cadence, like he was the way he used that slang, like plies before plies.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely see how you could consider him one of the greats. I would definitely put him in.
I mean, you also mentioned it too. I'm from the South, so you know what I mean. Also having that Southern influence,
right?
It kind of goes hand in hand with him calling himself the King of the South, I guess. You got to have some type of influence by the king if that's what he's gonna call himself. But
right, that was his stamp, the King of the South. Okay, so do you keep up with a lot of the artists that's making noise or making pushes positively in Sanford, or not even? I don't even want to limit it to Sanford, just North Carolina in general. Like, who do you feel is worthy of getting the mention in your interview right now? If anybody, we'll put it like that.
That was a heavy on site, on the spot.
It's on site.
But I mean, if I could just stay focused in my mind and really be able to call out everybody. But out of the group that I would think to mention, definitely DZ G-Mackin.
DZ is killing right now.
Out of Santrap, he definitely doing his thing. Felipe, he coming back around. I know I had the honor of working with him when he was younger with our Spotlight Studios. I like another kid coming out of Sanford too, man. Big Up, Fox.
Yes.
He's another guy. Knowledge, man.
Knowledge,
amazing,
yes.
Amazing artist. Another guy, a younger kid, I'm familiar with him, but I'm not sure how he's really moving around Sanford right now. With Bobby the Goat or Billy the Goat, my bad, not Bobby, Billy the Goat.
Oh, Billy yeah, Billy Goat.
Yeah, Billy Goat. I stay up on all.
I think Billy is in Texas now, but yeah, Billy was definitely making some noise.
Yeah, anybody doing music, if they staying consistent, I try to pay attention. You know what I mean? It's a couple of underground rappers that that's doing their thing too. That, like I said, I really can't remember everybody name. You know what I mean? Of course, the 9. those brothers came on, did an
Yeah,
incredible
shout out to
interview.
Nine,
Squad,
yeah.
we still moving around. It's another underground rapper, man. Light-skinned brother. I think he had just got out starting doing a lot of freestyle videos. I can't call his name right now, but he definitely deserves a mention if I could remember his name.
We all like to experience the luxuries of life. And if you live life elevated as a part of the cannabis community, then luxury has become exotic. Exotics Only is guaranteed to take your experience higher. Let's be clear, this ain't Woodstock or your cheap homegrown Reggie. These products are officially backed by the bud doctors and handpicked for quality. Fashion crafted with high-end materials. It's all luxury. And with pop-up shops happening all the time, it's easy to be a part of one of the fastest growing cannabis lines on the East Coast. So remember, you can take your experience higher with Exotics Only.
So we see the decor and everything you got in the background right here. And I definitely know because I've invested into. I'll let you go ahead.
My bad. Shondell.
Oh, Shondell, yes. Yeah, Shondell had a dope on-site performance and he had a pretty dope interview as well.
Yeah, dope artist.
Yeah, shout out to all the artists. But yeah, we're gonna switch gears and get to the Trap Bred. So let's talk about the whole Trap Bred movement. How was that going? How did it start? And like, what's the future of the brand?
Well, that's interesting, man. It really started with an idea. Got my brother here with me, man. CJ, that dude, a producer on the team. He had an idea with a couple of other brothers. We've kind of been talking about this conglomerate to come together as a entertainment group. And the name of it would have been Trap Bred, born out of the trap. I kind of just took the idea and just, put my mind on it.
Right.
And said, hey, Trap Bred, we kind of are born into a trap to get out of a trap. So it's like, I'm bred from a trap, but I also trap to get money and however you want to look at the idea of trap, you know what I mean? And,
right.
When you really understand the word, it is kind of a hunting type of ordeal, or even if you trap animals to eat, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I just took that idea and just built upon it. And of course, my street background, we run the streets trying to get money. So it's like to take that idea and bring financial literacy together with it, it was my idea to say, okay, well, Trap Bred, we born to get money. That's how we eat, because the money gonna buy the food in a sense. So it's like, man, how can I teach us while still presenting that street image?
Right.
So it's like, hey, let's try to take the idea and keep building upon it. And hopefully, like you said, it can grow into that. That's what I was hoping for. But right now, it's just really taking over the streets, man, with, just...
I definitely agree. Like, not just because, you're sitting here doing the interview now, but I think when I initially saw the original design, I think it's the young kid with the money in his mouth, like, it just caught my attention. And then, like, the colorways that you guys actually put it together. So, like, are you in the design process as far as picking the colorways and the artwork and all of that?
That's pretty much my job, creative director. I deal with all the colors, trying to really push the graphic designs further, get linking with different graphic designers and artists to figure out what the future of the brand will be. That is kind of what I am in control of, really.
So how did the kid with the money in his mouth, like, how did you come up with that design?
Well, like I said, the whole concept is the idea of being bred to get money.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the idea that we come into this world to eat, to live, but in order to do so, we got to get some money. You know what I mean? So the money is the idea of saying, hey, this is how I eat. Even from a child, I was born this way. I was bred to do this. So that's where it comes from. Like, the kid is just really showing you, hey, shit, from a child, it's all I know.
Dope. So do y'all have any, like, any stores right now? Y'all, like, doing pop-up shops or just order online or e-commerce? Or
actually, everything. Man. We're trying to knock down the door with every avenue to promote, to get it in people's hands organically, too. Mm-hmm. So we are in stores in, where we started out at in Sanford, but I'm also trying to move into other markets. We got online stores,
right?
Online options for shirts, hoodies, hats, all types of different things. And also direct for me, you know what I mean? I'm also trying to shake myself out to be Mr. Trap Bred, the 2023 Dapper Dan, you know what I mean? Trying to really outfit all the street guys, all the females, directly. So I can kind of customize it for them one-on-one. A lot of people don't want someone else wearing what they got on.
Right.
So that's another idea that I'm trying to keep alive while we offer the basic designs to everyone.
I was going to say that, because I know some brands do that, but what you're saying is you will specifically work with a client to give them a custom colorway. I know you actually did that for me at one point. I had a pair of sneakers, and you was like, send me your sneakers, and I sent you a couple pictures, and then it was like, boom, you came with the colorways, with a damn near perfect match on the colorways.
Yeah,
with
that's
two different types of sneakers. So
yeah, that's the whole idea behind it. Is to give you exactly what you're looking for outside of having to track it down. Like you can go track down a shirt or just an outfit that possibly matches or might even come with the shoe. Because sometimes Nike or Jordan might have an outfit that kind of go with with your shoes, but a perfect match is kind of hard to come by. So it's like, shit, if I can offer that service, I know it's invaluable. A lot of people
true indeed
can't find
true
that.
indeed.
And they offering that. So I'm just trying to set myself apart.
No, I definitely think y'all are doing that. And I mean, we see what has happened recently with some of these larger designer companies, luxury designer companies, and the hitting messages that they have, in some of their ad campaigns and stuff like that. So no, I think is when you keep it strictly about the art, the culture, and the fashion, you can't miss. So
that was a very good, comparison to the idea of this really being organic, and it's from and for the people. You know what I mean? Like me being a representative, I try to be as vulnerable and open and transparent as possible so it can be reflected through the products. You know what I mean? So it can be real. You sitting down here talking with you now so you can actually see the person and put a face with the name. Because I know I get tagged a lot, but I'm really trying to transition so people will know that it's Trap Bred. It's not just me.
So I think you you the spokesperson. Like everybody has to have, somebody to endorse the product, just like the George Foreman grill. It was made by Hamilton Beach, but
facts.
You go into Walmart, you be like, yo, where's the George Foreman grill?
Facts.
Yeah, I can dig that. Okay.
Facts.
Are you a music artist or entrepreneur looking to promote yourself? OnSight is the perfect platform to help you reach your target audience. We offer a range of packages, from basic interviews to more in-depth material, meaning you can customize your experience to best suit your need. Whether you're looking to promote your music career, launch a new product, or maybe just learn more about the industry in general, don't let your music or business go unheard. Take your career to the next level with OnSight.
Oh, OnSight.
Let's go back to the hip hop. We always do this segment called This or That. So I'm gonna throw out two artists, and without too much thought behind it, just give me your pick. And I'm not gonna do so. Let me put together. See, I'm not gonna do your heavyweights or the artists that you name that were influential to you. Let me see how up to speed you are with some of these new cats.
Make it harder for me.
Yeah. Let's see. Lil Durk, King Von.
I gotta go Lil Durk.
Okay.
For the fact that he, rest in peace, King Von. I definitely appreciate his body of work. But King, Lil Durk been around longer.
Right.
I got more experience with him.
Okay. What's my guy from the West Coast? Baby King. Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Yeah, I think that was like a no-brainer. I ain't make that one hard enough.
No, that was good because of the name.
I mucked that one up on my part. Yeah, that one wasn't hard enough. That one wasn't hard enough. Let me see. Let's go old school for a minute. DMX or Scarface?
Man. No, all right.
You gotta make it interesting.
That was what to make it think. Man. I gotta go X. I gotta go X. Rest in peace, man. So great, man.
Okay.
I gotta go X on that one. That was all. That was.
Let me see.
I fuck with Scarface.
Scarface, yeah. Face had some
You know
hits.
what I mean? Just from a lyrical standpoint, he's one of those forgotten.
Right.
You know what I mean? People don't really appreciate what he do with them words.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody from the West Coast is coming to my brain right now. No, I always do this one. All right, Kendrick or Cole?
Cole, man.
Cole.
I'm North Carolina to the heart.
I think everybody that I've asked that question to, like, because we're all from this area, everybody.
I'm super biased on that because I really do fuck with Kendrick Lamar. He's an incredible artist.
Right.
But here again, I would have to say I got more experience with Cole, not just because he is from North Carolina, which is probably going to give him, the bias stamp of the year. But
right.
I have more experience with Cole, like his body of work, his mixtapes, the come up, the blow, all that was very influential. You know what I mean?
I remember years ago it was rumored that Kendrick and Cole were supposed to do a mixtape together. Like, what do you think the outcome or the industry would have? How do you think we would have received that tape if they would have actually done it?
I feel like that's too hard. Personalities to bottle. Matter of fact, that's almost like if you can outcast. I feel like that could be because Big Boy is highly underrated in a way that
I agree.
J. Cole could. Jay-Z and Kanye were able to sit in the bed together. Well, yeah, stand in the ring together. But that's almost like saying Jay-Z kind of made room for Kanye. Is Cole making room? I don't feel that's a tough one. Maybe that's why it hasn't happened. Because J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar trying to really stand in the ring, yeah. That's iffy.
I would love to see it though.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Do you think that would be a dope
together?
versus battle? Like, did they stop doing the verses? They didn't stop doing them, did they?
Nah, I think it's more money based now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more money now. It's like, yeah.
Do you think that would have been like if they would have done the verses together? Do you think that would have had
fire? I feel like I would rather see that as opposed to them doing a mixtape together. Interestingly enough. Because it's like their bodies of work battling at this point in their career would be dope to see.
And that would be an awesome show for the sport of hip hop. Yeah, I agree with you.
Because them on the mix, because every song, them on the mix, you're going to be like, damn, who going to out-rap who?
Yeah, and I think that's the allure to it, yeah.
Who going to out-rap? And that's why I say it's hard. Me being from North Carolina and being biased, I honestly feel, you recording this, that Kendrick Lamar can out-rap J. Cole.
Okay.
But I don't feel in my spirit that he's better. That's like me saying that, hey, maybe LeBron James could beat Jordan, but he's never gonna be better. That's how I look at it. Not because I'm extremely biased, but it's because I'm biased too.
Nah, I think that's just one of those great open-ended questions that sparks a conversation. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what you want. And it will you're going to get a different opinion every time.
I like them both, though.
I mean, we have no choice. They make timeless music.
All right, now we back on hip-hop and someone else came to my mind.
Okay.
Talking about these older guys, because he actually, in my mind, is a part of this OG Talk session thing that I would love to, get started, man. OG Talk. Lord Grimm.
Yeah, shout out to Megatron. Let's let Megatron the God, Lord Grimm,
Him and I said someone like myself on the track, going back and forth, battling. That's what type of energy I feel like is in that J. Cole type of. And the trap, I feel like with his lyrical ability, he's somebody who got that.
So are we manifesting that right here on the OnSight platform? You've been in the studio with Megatron?
Nah, I haven't. In present day, and not in the way that he's, carrying himself today. But I mean, anything can happen. I've talked to him with just timing.
Right.
It's about really figuring out how to really get there. You know what I mean? Because I reached out to him, let him know, man, I greatly appreciate what he got going. You know what I mean? Because it's like he keeping that age bracket for me alive, you know what I mean? Because he's kind of in my age bracket, and it's like, hey, yeah, we still doing this, and we still got something to talk about, OG shit.
Okay. So what you, the OG talk, like, we got a podcast coming soon or a show?
Coming soon. Actually, like I said, I'm my producer here. You know, we working on an EP that's ready to go, actually, and we continue to work on new music. Got a couple songs dropping soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we ain't even went there yet.
Yeah, got a couple songs dropping soon, but it's all based off of just trying to build up Trap Bred and help really bring forth a culture, this new type of culture, to where it's like it's okay to, like you were saying earlier, be yourself, be genuine, talk about something real, be authentic, represent yourself, represent who you are.
Right.
So the Trap Bred, everybody kind of know who I am in a sense of TK from the streets. Most people don't know I rap, though. Most people haven't had a real interaction with me when it comes to music, for real. So it's like now I'm using Trap Bred as a way to say, hey, I'm representing this brand, but this is something else I do.
Gotcha.
Hopefully those who do remember, I can come on board. Of course, we mentioned S Squad, legendary member, but at the same time, it's just, that's not always what you remember for, but I'm known for this. So hopefully, people can appreciate that it's something else I do with this music.
Got you.
Have you heard about the Triangle's latest taste sensation? Fat Boys Burgers coming to a neighborhood near you. Veteran owned and operated. My tummy is rumbling, it's about that time. Please double the meat, add bacon on mine. With an ice cold drink, fries on the side. And all my fixings piled up about that high. I need a Fat Boys burger. I need a Fat Boys burger. I need a Fat Boys burger. I need a Fat Boys burger.
Oh, OnSight.
Before we wrap it up, for the ones that haven't heard you or haven't yet had that privilege to hearing you, what can they expect from this music? And do you have a timetable on when we can expect to be streaming or hear it or see these visuals or what?
Well, actually, you can expect a little bit of everything. Because like I said in the beginning of the interview, man, I got a couple of different monikers, a couple of different personalities in a sense. I try to sing. I once was a producer. I don't say I try to sing. I actually have an R&B song streaming on all platforms now.
Okay.
I produce. We also have a production company. So the hip hop R&B is kind of what you can expect. And the timeline is now. Like I said, I got a song online streaming on TikTok. We got TikTok videos, and we trying to build up content around that. The hip hop album EP, still kind of working back and forth on the title. Might call it Mr. Trap Bred, but that's coming within the next 3 to 6 months. We just trying to make sure all the business is right. So the same way that we presenting this product, the music is another product. So it's like we just want to make sure it's presented right with the visuals. As I sit here with you now, you're the visual guy. So, we just trying to get all the ideas together and really figure out how to get it to the people the best way. But I would say the next 3 to 6 months, you can expect a single and a visual.
Got you. And I ain't got no other question.
I mean, OG Talk also, I think you mentioned.
OG Talk.
Yeah, that's more or less just like an idea that I'm trying to grow outside of the, this silver hair on my chin. I just want to, express that we got experience. We do have the experience that goes behind what we talking about, and it's like we the original talkers, we the original doers. And it's not too late to kind of learn and pick up something from us while we're here.
Right.
So I'm wanting to offer and putting it on the platform for those who may be willing to learn a little something. OG Talk.
All right, cool. So when can we expect to see the OG Talk come to fruition?
I mean, I guess that would have to come with the idea of banding together the OGs. I'm still working together with a couple of the older brothers, the grandfathered in lyricists, and just figuring out who's really doing again and keeping that faith in themselves and realizing, hey, we still do got something to talk about. So I'm still trying to get the conglomerate together so we can build possibly what would it be, a round table of OGs to kind of sit down and have these talk sessions and just record them and
I think
see
that'd
how
be
people
dope.
respond to it.
I really think that'd be dope. That was like one of the main reasons why we started doing OnSight, because we identified it was a lot of young cats in this area that might not necessarily have the resources or know the connections to be able to get in front of the faces of the people that need to hear their music and to hear that story. So it started as a way to give back, and it's just grown. It's beautiful.
Dope.
Being able to
Man,
connect with other people.
Watching since y'all started, man, it's dope to watch it grow and unfold and build. And hey, see an artist that you familiar with, someone that you like, tell the story in front of these cameras. And it's like, okay, man, you learning. Y'all giving people an opportunity to learn things that they may not be able to learn from these people as well. Also giving me the opportunity to tell a story to people who may not even know they want to know.
Right.
You know? So I appreciate that.
And I definitely think, we're coming to the end of this interview, but I definitely think you're a figure that will warrant a second interview, because it's a lot of things that we didn't touch on, a lot of projects that you have coming in the future that will make people want to do a deeper dive into you, into your story. So I'll tell people just stay tuned for that and to stay tuned for that music. Definitely. So when they looking for you, like what can we find you at online?
Well, Mr. Trap Bred. I just really want to make sure that I let the world know that we are online now. Trap Bred Co. StrapBredCo.com. You can find the merch there. It's continuing to grow, and we're putting new styles on there daily. Also, I'm on all platforms. Tarell Flow. Most people know me. If you don't know me, my last name is Flow, Flow. Instagram, TFlow87. Check me out. Instagram, Trap Bred Co. Also, I'm also a brand manager and promoter and ambassador for a brand that you can check out online as well, The Real Exotics Only. So just continue to pay attention to me online, man. I continue to share everything that's going on with me. Dope. Instagram, Facebook, typical social media stuff.
Got you. All right, and if it's one last message you'd like to leave with, an up-and-coming artist or somebody that's striving to become an entrepreneur, to get into music, what would that message be? Consistency.
And be true to you. Like what your shirt say,
Facts.
Be true to you. And also, like I say, be free. Be free to learn. Be free to grow. Be free to make mistakes. Be free to take losses. Be free to be creative. Just do it. Just continue to move forward and be consistent as possible. Like you mentioned before, the story is deep. So even me being here, the things that I've made it through, even to formulate an idea to say, hey, I want to sit down and create this and have an interview. It took time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, keep going. Things are going to try to beat you down. Things are going to try to beat you. But you got to be able to fight. You know what I mean? So as long as you continue to fight and get up, don't let it beat you, man. Just stay consistent. Keep going.